I started this by saying I saw a guy running the other day, and it was in person. I saw two people running recently. Josh Hawley running down the hall,
Right.
and then I saw the guy running on the street, which gave me the idea for the show. Did you see Josh running this week, Kev? By any chance? Something tells me you did.
Yeah, I did see that. As a matter of fact, well, I turned on Fox News to see if I was wondering what was going on with the January 6th hearing, and for some reason, fucking Fox didn't have it on. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? So I ended up over on MSNBC with my girl Rachel. Mada, she's working in all black, and yeah, I saw it. I didn't know if he was running or what that was actually just some kind of result of toxic shock from his tampon.
It was kind of a skipping kind of
The only thing would have
run.
been better than that was maybe fucking like, I don't know, catching him with a big boot right before he got out of the screen.
The thing is, and for people who are going to say, "Oh, the one-sided, the political," anyone in that building should have been running. What
I,
makes the Hawley significant is what happened 3 hours earlier when he was walking past
absolutely.
the assembled crowd, and he gave that tough guy fist of approval.
And I
Cut
found out
to.
later on he was a huge Diesel fan. He was trying to emulate my fucking, you know,
It was
the fucking yes. And I said,
Did you
no.
copyright that deal? Like Pat Riley with the three-peat?
I said young bitches could use it, so I guess he
you gave him the pass.
Yeah, he's in. How about that whole? How about that? I mean, how about that hearing?
This is beyond political because it's a presentation of facts, really, and that's why, honestly, that's why Fox isn't covering it, because there's no way to spin it.
Yeah.
Normally they would cover it and just spin it in their direction, as networks do. I mean, there's spin on CNN too, but specifically to this, there's no spin.
I just, to me, it's like different people that I'll put like a tweet out or something like that, and they're like, this is so one-sided. How is it one-sided when your family, your friends, and your handpicked cabinet are fucking testifying, and they're under oath, and they're basically saying, well, yeah, you did sit there and watch fucking Fox TV, and you did nothing until it looked like, okay, well, they're not going to overrun the Capitol, so I'll come out there but then you watch that fucking interview. Jesus, I mean, fuck, you're talking about a horrible promo guy. How's he in the Hall of Fame for fucking WWE?
Oh, the outtakes you're talking about, the other.
I don't want to say the lost the election. I don't want to say I got a full fucking diaper on. I don't want to say fucking my child was artificially inseminated.
So if anyone's got a sack here, right, and the January 6th hearings, let's say you're a Republican, of sound mind, and you're realizing, and not a good look for my party here, not something that I want to be involved with. I need somebody to come in and represent my party in the 2024. Who's got the shot? We were talking about DeSantis earlier today. Is he the one?
And then I don't know, because I just saw a thing where there's white supremacists that were at a rally, and the swastikas, and like there was no, it was
I was shocked by how brazen it was.
Stand back and stand by.
Yeah.
We've seen this fucking play out before. I'm like, dude, really? Like fucking.
I think DeSantis will have to separate himself from the fact that it was that brazen is what surprised me. Not that there are people of that ideology, but usually you look at January 6th, right? There's a different uniform. It's not the swastika, and it's cloaked in maybe some camouflage, those type things, the armbands. But this picture that I saw that you showed me was at a DeSantis rally, and it was swastika flags. So he's going to have to separate himself from that extremism. And this January 6th, I think for the thinking Republican, is kind of a laundry list of what's going to have to be avoided. And Kensinger said it. And did you see his closing statement?
Oh my God. I
He's
mean,
really
when he went
good.
into like I mean, it's basically the truth, you know. It's like, and I felt shitty because I fall into that tribalism. You know, we've all kind of picked sides. We've all, and as much as you try not to, but my whole thing is, if I'm sitting there and I'm Donald Trump, and motherfucking Sean Hannity is telling me, dude, fucking listen, I'm Sean. I mean, if Sean Hannity's telling you you're fucking up, dude, you're fucking up. Now, fucking the pillow guy says it, that's a different thing. But this is fucking Sean Hannity. I mean, there's times when I listen to Sean Hannity, and if you know, especially when he used to have his radio show, when he wasn't just trying to fucking be the fucking spin doctor, uh, it would be like, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I see that point. Yeah. And I always try to see other people's points. But I'm sorry, man. Fucking a swastika.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just there's not finer people on each side. That's fucked up. That's fucked up because my whole thing is if you can take it back to fucking to 1930 and not blink an eye, well, what fucking happens to fucking all the civil rights and all that shit? Because that's in the 50s. So if we're gonna take this shit back to the 30s, well, we can just fucking, you know,
You skip over a lot there. Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Of
like
course.
I watched the special on CNN, and they were talking to this girl, and actually a lady, and she was talking about, and she lived on and one thing she was a Navajo, and she lived on a Navajo reservation, and when she was taught with a history book that basically was like gave her like a page. Like they talked like a page about the Navajos. And her whole life she was just like, wow, like we get a fucking page? Like
Mm.
for you know, and then because the big you know, and then they say, well, that's a critical race, you know, and it's like, you know what? Just why is it I grew up in Detroit. I knew nothing about Black Wall Street until I watched HBO The Watchmen. And I sat there with my wife and I'm watching this fucking travesty go down. And I'm like, how the fuck? I grew up in Detroit. This is like I grew up in fucking Greenwich, Connecticut. I grew up in fucking Detroit. So how the fuck do I not know this? And I Google it and I'm looking at my wife and I'm like, fuck, babe, this happened. And fucking HBO, I mean, and you're telling me that that shouldn't be, oh, yeah, we don't teach it. Fuck you. It's part
Yeah.
of our country, man.
Yeah, you got to learn the good and the bad about your country, and you played in Germany, so you know that there's really
They have
severe.
they have
uh,
zero fucking tolerance over there for that fucking,
right.
you
I
know.
was just gonna say that,
Well, at least they did, because I think there's a fucking a little thing going everywhere right now.
but yeah, but I mean they were able to make admissions and then correct and move forward, and certain flags, certain
I just keep,
symbols.
yeah, I just keep hearing Michael Sipes in my head. It's the end of the world, and you know it, and I feel fine because I'm 63. Fuck it. I mean, what I got tops 20 years. Eh,
Listen, you're passing on a planet to your son who's in his 20s. They'll be grandkids someday, perhaps. It's
he's not that.
there's-
My son's like, no, I mean, fuck this.
he doesn't have to do it now, but there may come a time. He wants to pass on the Nash name.
He wants to be. He wants to fucking be Gary Busey's kid on fucking Contact. And fucking puts the explosive on fucking Amazon. Motherfucking next rocket. Kidding.